Okay, we have pretty nice screen here. It's 12-inch and it's very nice to look at. So you see the response on the map, it's pretty quick. It's like very, very responsive. I think you're gonna like it. You can add some places as a favorite ones, some restaurant. It's just coincident, so I'm not picking up exactly this one. You have also a voice control over here, and that's the infotainment system, and that's the central display. You have some signs here. There is no drop-down menu. You have some information navigation and so on, Bluetooth connections. But we will get there. You have what time of the day is that. You have also your music menu, and you have multiple stations, radio stations here, and this is DAB radio. You can change it to, I think, to FM or your music on the phone. You have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, of course, and this is like original Toyota system or raw system. So you can change sources, as mentioned, DAB, FM, Bluetooth, some apps, I guess Spotify, USB also, and you can play your phone music here. I don't want to connect my phone now, so let's say I just go back. Radio here, you can tune manually if you really want to. Presets, that's the stations which are remembered, stations which are accessible. Okay, so that is the music menu. And then you have this phone icon, but actually you have to connect your phone using a Bluetooth. So it's a wireless connection, which is very nice. Then you have the car history, trip information, current, energy consumption, average speed, and the range or the trip range. So this is the history data of the vehicle. You can schedule your charge time, depend from your electricity provider. So if it's like cheaper at night, then you of course want to charge it at night, let's say some specific days in the week. And vehicle alerts. There are no alerts in this vehicle, which is cool. Then we have some apps. I think you can actually add more. You can browse the web, but you have to have Wi-Fi connection. So I would say I don't want to connect with my Wi-Fi. You can set up the hotspot from your phone, which is cool, and set up some notifications. Okay, so there's actually not much in this menu, which is good because it's easy and clean and clear. So current driver is a guest. You can see some personal information when you connect your phone, of course. Bluetooth devices, I have removed the devices because this is a bit personal information, so I don't want to share it. Okay, general settings, accessibility. You can reduce some animation here, so I guess this menu will be just a bit faster. Screen beep, you can turn it on. Actually, let's see some animation. Screen beep, not really. Do we need screen beep? Oh no, we definitely don't want screen beep. Keep it off. Reduce animation, I'm just fine with animation. If you really want to reduce it, it's up to you. Date and time set automatically, time zone, and this is of course Europe, so 24-hour time, format of date. I think this is all set up by your country and region. Keyboard, memorize keyboard, delayed keyboard history, so it's up to you if you want your data to be shared. And then you have language and units. So language is now set up to English for you, and you have how much energy use show in the car history or consumption on the digital driver display. You can change it to the UK style kilometers, which you can do per 1 kilowatt hour. I will keep this one since I understand it a bit better. These being general settings. Wi-Fi, as mentioned, you can connect it to your Wi-Fi, whichever is that, if it's home Wi-Fi or it's a phone hotspot. But I think also Toyota can download the data for system update. Okay, then is display, and this is actually a bit like not giving you much option to choose. So you can turn off display, I think you can use it for cleaning maybe. Automatic is the brightness set up to the ambient lighting. You can turn it off and set it up manually, but I would say it's better to keep it like that. So my advice, don't mess with that unless you know that you always drive during daylight and you want to have it super bright. But trust me, this is just fine. And the camera settings, you can adjust the brightness and contrast. So you have to decide by yourself, like, are these cameras, when you use the parking, reverse gear, when you're reversing, are the cameras good enough for yourself? I would say what is here is just fine. Sound and media, it's also not much to change. And this one is pretty useful. The volume can be adjusted automatically when you driving with certain speed. This is medium, so it means when it's louder inside the car, you can actually have automatically raise the volume of your music or radio or whatever you are listening to, and you don't have to mess up with a volume button, which is useful. I think medium is just fine. System volume, it's system sound. I will put it a bit down maybe because I don't want this beeping sound to be prominent, okay? But I want to have it just a little bit in the background. Navigation volume for me has to be pretty low, or actually turn off. I never use it, but if you prefer navigation volume, just keep it as it is. Navigation during calls. So again, for me, I just look at the picture. I will turn it off. If you prefer the same, you can just copy this move. Adaptive volume control. Okay, this is actually adaptive volume control. Here is just the button to have this feature on or off. Media, you can have displayed cover art, but I think this is okay, this is good to have. So portion of the content is copyright. Display cover art, so you will have a cover art of the radio or a song or playlist or something. FM setup, I'm not using much FM, so I would say I will not change it. I will keep it as it is. That's all the options you can't really have in other ones. This is straightforward. Internet radio, you can disable it. You can change IP to stream. Enhance metadata artwork. This you can also turn off if you are really willing to. And big thanks to Toyota MOS for lending me this vehicle. Thanks to them, I could perform a real-world test and share the experience with you, my friends. And DB radio traffic announcement. Honestly, I don't use it and I don't like it, but maybe if you're living in bigger cities, this is good to have on. For me, it's off. Alternative frequency radio text. That's all you have in this menu. Sound and media. Navigation. Also a few options. So if you're interested to have country border guidance, you can have map style customization. Font size, you can go to large, okay, or small. Yeah, I will keep it on medium and just fine. Quartz, fluorite. This is good for night. Sandstone, aquamarine, topaz. Okay, I think quartz is just fine. Show road class, all types, or you can change it to motorways, general roads, or none. I will keep it as it is for all. Show traffic jams flows, yes, good to have. And other options, maybe we don't have to go to the details. Show point of interest icons, settings, okay. You can have a charging stations, very nice. Restaurants, so you can actually remove it if you are decided like maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't need hotels, right? On street parking suggestions, good to have. Map language, I set up to the system language, but you can have to the region. Roads, some options to have a charging station suggestion. Avoid traffic is manual or it can be auto. I'm not about to change its guidance. Intersection map, maybe I can have it on from curiosity. Automatic zoom, yes, very much needed. Speed limit, not really. Speed camera on and audible. Guidance with street names. Weather warnings, well, could be fine, but normally I'm not sure if it's really worth to have it. Traffic jam warnings, yes, really cool to have. landmark voice guidance, and the language, guide language English, or yeah, you can change a few more languages, pretty many, good. And some options to traffic, yes, traffic information, map update. So generally speaking, you can put an update to your map, but you have to have either car registered or connected to Wi-Fi. And some other options, you can delete, work on your favorites, roads. Okay, that was navigation, and we are to voice and search. You can use this microphone icon and you can say, hey Toyota, take me to Oslo. Doesn't look like my destination. I want to go to Oslo. Take me to Oslo Centrum. Okay, let's say this one. Parkings, hotels, medical facilities, restaurants, and so on. On-street parking, road trace, speed cameras. Interesting. Range limit, nice. Normal map, compass map, weather map. Weather map? Interesting. Yeah, it's sunny everywhere. That's nice. What is our range? If there is actually local rain somewhere on the north. No snow, which is good. It's summer. And sleet. Also on the map, we see the range. So we can basically almost go to Stockholm. Yeah, we would have to stop for charging. Okay, but we've been to this menu, voice and search. You can use mic button on your on the steering wheel. Yes, and some voice options. Vehicle, customize. It's interesting. You can actually change the sensitivity of headlights to brighter, darker, which is strange, but okay. I would never change it. I mean, like, why should I? And interior lights, you can have off a bit later. I would say 30 seconds is just fine. It should be even a few minutes, I would say, for this timer. Door control, auto lock, by speed, I think that's the best options. I would keep the same. Check in your car if you have it. By shifting from P, yes, you can kind of do it, but as soon as you shift from parking, the doors will lock. Even if you stop later, I'm not sure if this will open. Automatic lock for doors by shift to P, or by driver doors, but this is just manual. I would not do it. You can change your key to double click to unlock the car. So I can show you right away. Instead of clicking just once to have it open, you would have to click twice, but we don't want that. One is just fine. Unlock all the doors, or just the driver, I guess. Yes, but all doors is just fine. Entry and start. It will not be possible to unlock or start vehicle with smart key. Charging. Of course, you can change the limit of charging current, charging limit. Because this is a test, I'm doing 200%, but which means full battery options over here. But if you are using it on daily basis, charging, let's say every second day or third day, you can just keep to 80. Then you will save some battery capacity or health. And then DC charging power. You can limit it. I would say still, if you want to save the battery health over the years, you can go down to 100 kilowatts, let's say. But what does it mean? Your car will be charging slower. You don't really want to pay for a time on the charging station and spend a time just to save the health of the battery. If you pay for this car, you want to use maximum capabilities of this vehicle, right? Of course, it's up to you. And the climate, AC mode with auto, I would keep it if you want to have extended range. Efficient ventilation mode, as well, I would keep it if you want to have extended range or good range. Otherwise, if you don't care, then you can turn it off, those two options, but keep in mind the range can be a bit reduced. Utility, I don't know, it's ACC customize, and vehicle suggestions on. I can have those suggestions, don't mind. Dealer info, you can add your dealer or store, it's up to you. Info and security. This share geolocation with Toyota. Enable security lock. This will require a password to be entered if your head unit becomes disconnected from power. I guess this can be a maybe a good option to have a security lock the car. Password, I guess this can be a PIN. I will not do it now. And the software update, very nice. You can have updates, and actually recently Toyota implemented one when your range is increased. So this car is up to date and we don't have to download anything, but I think to download software you should be connected to Wi-Fi or hotspot. Okay, and some history information, update notification, you will get it. And that's it for the main screen. I hope those few options I show you, they will be useful for you. Otherwise, of course, I assume most of us will be using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Down below, you have some touch capacity buttons. This is for a driver seat heating. You can keep it on auto, and then you will get it as computer thinks you should have it. You can have maximum heating, 2 dots, which is medium, and 1 which is low. Because this is quite good weather, we don't need a heating at all. And the same is for, almost the same is for steering heating. Actually, this is almost ideal spot for this button to have it. You can have high and low heating for your steering wheel. Eco is for eco mode for a range, so to say. So to extend the range, you should have this button on or green. Auto is for ventilation, climate control. You can defrost the front windshield or preheat the rear one. I can try to show you. It's just 1 dot. You can turn off the vents. Still don't want to do that, and I want to go back to my features being off. And how to change auto if you feel like, oh, this car is messing too much with the ventilation, I want to have it quieter, or it's too cold for me, whatever. You have still these very nice buttons for ventilation. Can reduce it a bit, so there is a fan icon over there. I hope you can see it. Then you can reduce the temperature if it's too hot or too cold for you. And this is pretty comfy having these buttons, because you can just put it down or put it back. Very comfortable, very nice idea. What do you do here is you either choose the wind blowing to your face and feet and foot and legs, or blowing to the window and legs and into the face, or I think, yeah, that's the choice. So maybe because it's quite hot today, I will keep it this way. This is for having air circulation inside the car, which is not ideal for those of you which prefer fresh air. So having this on in the winter will increase or speed up the warming the interior of the car. This is AC to cool down the car. Having it on is, I think, it's just fine. Keep in mind that if it's a bit cold and you don't really need it, but you have it on, that means your range will be just a little bit reduced, but it's quite warm today, hot today. I will keep it on. This one is to block air ventilation for the back passengers. If you don't have them, you can just click it, which means the back passengers will not get fresh air from the middle console vents. I don't mind to have it on even if I am not driving with the back passengers, because then there is a better air circulation inside the car. Here is the heating for the passengers on the right side in this case, and the actual heating for the front glass. So this was heating by air, and this is heating by wires. And this is synchronization, because this is dual climate control unit or dual AC control. So you can change, like, let's say your right passenger says it's too hot and want to go to 20 degrees, and for you it's better 22, then you can have it this way, or you can click sync, and then just the right passenger is taking the driver temperature, accepting as the best for him. Okay, so that's how I would keep it for the AC control unit. You can change the volume here or increase the loudness, but I can't do it for the video. Or you can turn off the radio, or audio at all. You have few options here, like a parking brake, auto hold. So when you click it, what really happens is you will get this green screen with the foot or with the shoe over there. Okay, parking is automatic, so you see the red icon on this display. These are the gears. You just push it down and rotate to reverse on the left side, and rotate to the right side for drive mode. or just push it to have neutral. To have a parking, this will be blue if it's active, so you have to push it down. This is button for eco mode. When I click it, what really happened? You see on the screen, it's coming to eco mode. You see the green name or green word below the speed. It's good to have this option if you want to extend your range. And this is camera button, and this actually show you the camera of the car. So I would say the quality in this stage is not ideal. You have this 360 camera. You can go to the side mode if you are afraid about your rims, or you can exit this mode. If I go to this one, I have this camera a bit bigger. This is traction control. I would not turn it off unless you are sure what you're doing. This will turn off the traction control. X mode is not active because regenerative braking is active at the moment. So I turn off the regenerative braking and click X mode. And we get on the screen X mode, deep snow and mud. That's when you should use it. Right, so this is a cool feature. Then the traction control is off, and some systems are off for pre-collision braking and VSCT. So at least you know what are the options for your car. Deep snow only use when you are really in the snow and you are driving very slowly. I don't use it now